6 hours. That's how long it took. After nearly 10 years of this shit, it took about 6 hours for the anti-cheat to be bypassed and made redundant. Fast forward 24 hours later, and basically every single major mod menu maker now has made an update to their existing mod menus, and we're back to where we were before the patch. Nothing has changed. We're still where we were on Monday. It is laughable that we downloaded a kernel level anti-cheat system that not only hinders performance, it also ended up being for nothing, because again, it took 6 hours until this was made redundant. Personally, my game seemingly has taken about a 20 FPS hit in performance because GTA 5 is so old that it doesn't even utilize more than 4 cores within your CPU, so modern systems are utterly useless. You have a 4090? That's unfortunate, we're not going to be using it. I am frustrated, upset, and hurt for those devs that just spend all this time trying to make this anti-cheat system to work, and all their time and effort have seemingly just been wiped away and made redundant within 6 hours. How has this even happened? Like, you would assume that these guys know what they're doing. If they didn't, they wouldn't have the fucking position to begin with. Like, is it because they're trying to squeeze in like Red Dead Redemption 1 PC, the Gen 9 version of the game, to be added to the PC version and give that the expanded enhanced treatment from the PC finally, all before Christmas, and then maybe like see if they can squeeze in a GTA 6 screenshot or trailer at some point too in the next like what, 3 months? Like, I understand that you're trying to run a business, but if you're doing an anti-cheat system that seemingly no one knew about, because I didn't fucking hear anything about it, Tess didn't tweet anything about it, like, there were no rumors, there were no nothing. This was a well-kept secret that no one fucking knew anything about. So if they would have released it yesterday, or they would have released it 3 months from now, no one would have made any difference, because the fucking anti-cheat system was abysmal to begin with, and PC was fucked anyway, so no one was gonna notice a difference whether or not there's an anti-cheat system, because now that there is one, the only difference that we notice is that we have less frames and we have the exact same fucking issues that we had before. Like, did they just add Batteye and just cross their fingers and hope, oh, maybe this will fix it? No! And breathe. I've heard people mention that Batteye is a cheat detection system rather than an anti-cheat system, and while there might be some truth in there, I still see everyone bypassing it, and it doesn't matter if your name is Mary Jane or Uncle Roger, the thing doesn't fucking work. Hiya! There are seemingly potentially a few positives to this at the very least. The main one being that the risk of mod menus have gone up exponentially. Those that are wanting to use mod menus will now risk those hardware bans, which are very nasty at the very least. And yes, there are ways to get around it with the right knowledge, but you know, the average mod menu user, I would presume, isn't really that technologically advanced, because all they have to do is press a few buttons and they have a mod menu in their online video game. It won't be simply coming down to, oops, I got banned, let me just make a new account. You will have to get an entirely new system if you don't know how to get around the hardware ID ban. Free menus have seemingly given up, so the only ones that are still standing are the ones that are being paid, but those are obviously also the most dedicated ones because there's a money incentive. And in the words of Nico Bellic, capitalism is a dirty business. So yeah, at the time of recording, roughly 48 hours after the patch has launched, we're seemingly back at square one where we were on Monday. Nothing has changed, and all we can wonder now is, will Rockstar continue on the fight, or will they be like, you know, we gave it a try and we'll just see if we can do something about it, or just not bother at all. And hopefully people kind of forget about this anti-cheat system happened at all, and maybe they'll be ignorant and stupid enough to like buy the Gen 9 version when it comes out, thinking that this will actually have the anti-cheat system and this was just simply a test, and you know, everything is gonna be just fine. Yes, you know, just buy it. You know, how about some Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC? Yes? No? Okay. As you can probably tell, I'm incredibly frustrated by this. When the patch dropped, I was genuinely excited. I was like, the PC folks are finally gonna be able to get the love that they deserve, the public lobbies, the PvP modes, like everything has a reason to exist again and flourish and come back to life. Only to have that ruined in fucking 6 hours. And worst of all, the Steam Deck and Linux users can't play the game anymore because Rockstar couldn't be bothered to support it. It's the 11th most popular game on Steam Deck, and it's just no longer available. Linux users can't play the game anymore either. We have a performance hit for those who actually can play the game if they still want to at this point, and the complete waste of the anti-cheat system resulted into 6 hours of false hope and yet another slap in the face to PC players who somehow are still stuck in this game after being treated like Xbox One players. Don't get me wrong, no anti-cheat system is perfect, and this one was sure as shit never going to be one. It's impossible. Even the best anti-cheat system out there for the biggest games still will have hackers and cheaters all the time. Call of Duty probably is one of the biggest examples out there, as most of these cheats that are happening are disguised as the abysmal amount of auto-aim that the game has. The list goes on. It's a continuous fight that is a never-ending fight, and it's always going to be an uphill battle for developers, because the way to defend against cheats is far more difficult than to try to attack them, but given the fact that the folks that work in the studios have a lot more ladders to go through than the person that are sitting in the bedroom trying to get this shit to work. I just really hope that this seemingly half-assed attempt at an anti-cheat system is hopefully going to be enough of a deterrent that folks that are continuing to use mod menus are all going to get hardware banned and don't return to the game. So over time, maybe, just maybe, the game can heal and it will kind of just weed out all the assholes. But for now, yeah, you're just gonna have to be desperate enough to dash out money to be an asshole in the video game. I really hope that Rockstar will just stay on top of it, because if they are going to leave GTA Online on PC in the state that they are, I don't think anyone is gonna have any sort of desire to get an upgraded version just so they can play the PS5 stuff that they seemingly shouldn't have already been playing anyways. And especially the PC version of GTA 6 Online, because if you have a reputation of nearly 10 years of having your game in absolute shambles and ruled by mod menus, people are gonna think twice about buying your next game when there was no anti-cheat system in your previous one. Rockstar is the only one that can fix this. We cannot. The mod menu makers have a lot of money to be made with this stuff, and they will stop at nothing to continue making the millions of dollars that they've made in the past 10 years. Rockstar need to get on top of this shit, and they need to get on top of this shit fast, because the reputation of this game on PC was already in shambles, and this has only made it worse. So there seems to be a positive spin to this video after all. A couple of hours after the video was finished, Floor will let me know that there is actually some developments regarding this. Rockstar is actively working on this situation, and the TLDR comes down to the following. Modders can no longer play with legit players. Modders can join legit players, but they'll be kicked out after a short while unless they are the host. If a modder is the host, legit players will be disconnected after a while due to an untrusted host. So the short of it is that modders are still able to play online, but really only with other modders. They can still join your sessions and cause havoc for a short period of time before those kicks and disconnects occur, but Forbo is pretty sure that they are currently working on fixing that as well. So there is still some hope for those PC players out there, but for now, I don't think that anything that I've said in the video isn't inherently any different and will make the situation any better. I just hope that within a couple of days or a couple of weeks or whatever the case may be, I'll be able to make a more positive video letting everyone know that the implementation of Batteye has been a massive success and PC can indeed return to what it once was when it launched for the first time and there were no modders whatsoever. But you know, it will never be perfect, but at least it's good to see that Rockstar is actively working on trying to fix it. That's it for now. Thank you for watching, everyone. Leave a like, subscribe, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, and Notorious Jam. And I'll see you all later.